cyberbullying, sexting, and identity theft. These aren't teen problems anymore. They're hitting kids as young as 8. And while 70% of daycares use TV every day, 67% of parents are scared their child's privacy is at risk. Screens aren't just stealing playtime, they're stealing childhood. Let's go back a few years, maybe when you were little. Remember Speak and Spell? It was this talking toy from 1978 that helped kids spell words. That was big technology back then. Kids played with toy trains, video games like Pong, and maybe watched a little TV, but they still spent most of their time outside, climbing trees, building forts, and racing bikes. Now think about today. Your child may have used a tablet before learning how to write their name. Kids swipe, scroll, and tap before they even learn to tie their shoes. That's because the toys are different now. Instead of trains and puzzles, we have talking dolls like Hello Barbie, who connects to Wi-Fi and answers back. Sounds cool, right? But some of these smart toys have been hacked, and kids' private info was stolen. The internet changed everything. Back in the early 90s, toys started going online. A microscope that sent pictures to the computer. A camera that let kids wave their hands to move things on screen. Fun, right? But now we've gone even further. Virtual reality, online games, and smartphones in nearly every kid's hand. And during the pandemic, screen use exploded. One study showed that 66% of kids use their phones more than 4 hours a day. Before the pandemic, that number was only 16%. And 56% of kids used phones after midnight, every single week. You've probably seen it too. Kids tired, distracted, and always on a screen. You might be wondering, what will happen to this generation if they grow up in a world run by screens instead of swings? That answer's coming up, but first we need to talk about what happens when kids don't just play on screens but live most of their lives indoors. Because right now, kids are spending up to 90% of their time indoors. Yes, even toddlers. And it's not just screens. It's fear. It's crowded cities. It's shrinking backyards and too much homework. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe your child plays more spelling games than tag. Maybe they tap screens instead of touching trees. But here's the truth. Kids need the outside. Their brains grow through dirt, sunlight, and jumping in puddles. Even short outdoor play helps kids learn better, sleep better, and feel better. Yet most preschoolers aren't going outside every day. Too much screen time, even background TV, can delay speech, lower attention, and hurt emotional health. But if you understand why this happens, you can take simple steps to bring back outdoor fun and help your child thrive. Now, let's talk about what's coming next, because you are raising a child in a world that's changing faster than ever. Think about how fast things changed just in your lifetime. First came Facebook, then Instagram, then TikTok. Apps that once seemed silly now shape how we shop, vote, think, and raise our kids. In 2004, no one thought the Facebook would be running the world. But now, these apps are building your child's future. So, what will childhood look like in 2035? Your child might learn math in virtual reality. Their best friend might be an AI. They may attend school with a headset on, explore Mars from their living room, and talk more to screens than to people. Sounds exciting, right? But here's the thing. You still have to teach them how to be human. Because no matter how advanced the tech gets, your child still needs real play, people, and struggle. Why? Because clicking a button is not the same as building a tower, knocking it down, and trying again. Only real-world play builds things like self-control, resilience, and confidence. And here's where it gets tough. Apps are designed to keep your child watching. Fast colors, loud sounds, easy rewards. They make it harder for your child to wait, share, or calm down. So when your toddler throws a tantrum because the iPad went off, that's not bad parenting. That's by design. You see, today's tech is part babysitter, part playground, part classroom, but it was never meant to raise kids. And in 2035, that same tech will be even stronger, more addictive, more everywhere. So here's the open question. How do you raise a child to thrive in that kind of world? You don't need to throw away the screens, but you do need to be smarter than them. Start now with small habits. Make one room in your house screen-free. Let your child get bored sometimes. It sparks creativity. Watch shows with them. Ask questions and point things out. Talk about what's real and what's pretend. And most of all, let them play outside. Yes, even in the dirt, even when it's cold. That messy, silly play is building their brain in ways no app ever can. The truth is, 2035 will have new challenges. Climate change, AI, and global shifts. Your child will need compassion and focus. And you can start building those things today, not with fancy tech, but with simple moments. Because while the future may be digital, childhood still needs to be real. And you are the one who makes that happen. But here's the hard part. If you don't act now, here's what you could lose. When your child stops playing outside, you lose more than fresh air. You lose strong bodies. Without movement, more kids are becoming overweight. Some even get adult diseases like diabetes or high blood pressure before they turn 10. You lose healthy minds. Nature helps kids calm down, but screens, they do the opposite. Racing thoughts and poor sleep. Sadness that won't go away. In addition, you lose imagination. Outside, your child turns a stick into a sword, a rock into treasure, but on a screen, everything's already made. There's no room to dream. Not to mention, you also lose social skills. Outside play teaches sharing, turn-taking, and teamwork. But too much screen time, kids talk less, follow more, miss out on learning how to lead. And finally, you even lose courage. Falling off a swing, climbing back up, that's how your child learns grit. But if they never take risks, they grow up scared to try. So, my question is, what kind of childhood do you want them to have? The one on a screen or the one that builds a real life? Comment your thoughts below. The saddest part isn't that screens replaced swings. It's that no one even noticed them disappear. Think about your own childhood or the kids you know today. Do you think we can bring real play back?